everybody, and good evening, and welcome to the exciting episode 7 or 7, or our friends who speak Espanol, of Mortal Roles. The gods have fallen, and these are their mortal roles. Did I get it right? Yes. I'm so happy to be here. My name is 𝘼𝙣𝙣𝙤. I am the emperor of this game, which is a Pathfinder 2nd edition homebrew in the mystical world continent, Antipas, in the mysterious empire known as the the Ucamaran Empire. And our fair heroes are in a mysterious city called Rimorum. And just so you know, we have a lot of fun with that name. And maybe it'll come out in the stream. We don't know. We'll see what happens. And already Ian is blushing. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to first start with an introduction, and then we're going to go right into some announcements. And of course, how do I choose who to go first? I don't know how to talk. Episode 6 with the rhyme, Inky Pinky Punky. Inky Pinky Punky. So I may leave it there. So tonight is going to be a movie trivia quiz. It's going to be simply this. If you can guess the quote of which movie it is, whoever says it first can go first. Are you ready?
Got this. I'm ready. Go.
Perfect. I'll try and imitate the voice. If you guys are really us, what number are we thinking of?
Oh my gosh. It's the one with Keanu Reeves. Ned and Ted take over the adventure.
You said Ned and Ted Take Over the Universe.
Okay, that was the other one.
That is not a movie at all.
All right, well, we're going to give it to Blue Hair to introduce herself, and then we'll go to second place.
Have you seen it, Sarah? That's the real question.
The best part about that is I knew what movie it was, but I have never seen it.
Oh, I love you.
I guess I need to do research and
let's watch it. Movie night.
Movie night. Best movie ever.
Anyways, I'm Sarah. I have never watched Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, but I know a line from it. And I play Morwen.
And also tell a fun fact about your character.
Oh, fun fact about Morwen. She loves cheese.
Really?
Yes.
Tell us more. What kind of cheese?
Goat cheese.
Nice. There you go, folks.
Goat cheese.
Go, you pick up a slab of goat cheese and come watch Mortal Rolls with us.
That sounds so gross.
Get your goat salve and your goat cheese and come hang out.
And maybe a little goat's milk.
Whoa, easy.
And your goat blanket.
Too much goat.
As a vegan, I cannot endorse this message.
Ree will bring her actual goat to snuggle with.
Mm-hmm.
It is ethically sourced goat's cheese from goats that she raises and makes herself.
Oh yeah, that's another good question. If a vegan owns the goat, would that be okay to use the goat product?
Can anyone really own a goat?
We can't get into this discussion now.
Sorry, I know. I'm so sorry. That was a tangent.
Cutter Mike.
All I'm thinking of now is
you're done.
Meet the Parents with the cat scene now.
I have nipple scrape. Can you milk me?
Can you milk me? Sorry.
If you'd have asked that quote, I would have got it.
We both would have been fighting over that one. Also, love that.
Pink hair. Because I don't want to spoil over your name. So please tell us who you are and something mysterious about your. You don't have to say mysterious, but something interesting. Fun fact about your character.
All right. All right. Hi, everyone. I'm Ree. Happy to be here. Always excited to play. And my character, Eve. Fun fact about Eve. She really likes to read.
Ooh, nice. Does she have
What kind of books?
Anything that she can get her hands on.
Smut. She likes a smut. Let's be real.
Dark romance.
Oh, the fairy. No, her life was a dark romance.
Eve refuses
Yeah, that's
to
why she
comment.
likes it, because it's relatable.
Eve refuses to comment on this.
Moving on. Moving on. We're gonna go down to, of course. You know what? I'm not seeing where you guys are on this. We're gonna keep on pointing randomly in all directions because
I love the point.
completely different screen. But let's go to none other than even his mother calls him the Beard. The Beard.
If I'd ever met my mother.
I have.
Cut his mic. Cut Toad's mic.
I'm Keegs. I have a tragic backstory myself. I play Oren, who is the fun-loving and love-loving redacted class. Oren has never told a lie.
It's perfect. And reduction class, it's still a mystery. I'm pretty sure we polled the people in the chat.
Did we?
And what's the guess? What's the top guess right now?
A vampire.
Nobody has guessed yet.
Well, you know what? Let's get on that next time.
Yeah. Yeah, guys, what class do you think Oren is?
Yeah, champion. My money's on champion. But
Yeah, my money's on barbarian.
barbarian champ, maybe a multi-class. We might have a multi-class here.
Yeah.
Probably like a rogue or something, right? A duck. Autumn Orange says a duck. That is correct.
A rubber
No
duck.
longer redacted. I'm a duck class.
What is the function?
Also, Autumn Orange, can you please send me all the details of what you would say a duck class is, because I want it.
Druid.
Oh,
Not it being a druid.
Sabine.
it's cheating. But what's a fun fact about Oren?
I said he's never told a lie.
Oh, he's never told a lie. Okay. That might have been the first lie. Now we go to.
That was the first lie, then it would be a lie that was the first lie.
Well, it couldn't have been the first lie,
It could not have been the first lie.
because if it was true, it would be true. So it couldn't be the first lie. It would have to be the second lie.
Paradox.
No, not a paradox, because it's either true or false.
Parallelogram. I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but I did graduate algebra, so.
You didn't graduate, period.
I graduated algebra.
The second time around.
Yeah.
Next.
Moving on. Moving on. Sorry, kids.
I also graduated from several algebras.
Which is a swim.
I graduated from several algebras too, honestly.
All right, we need an ADHD check. We're going to move on to the next person, right?
The final.
I think we're done. I think that was it.
You.
You didn't introduce yourself. Person who is drinking on the job.
Oh, that explains a lot. Just kidding. What's up, y'all? It's your girl K Sue. You know what to do. I play Sabine. Just trying to get through that with a straight face. I couldn't. All right. Fun fact about Sabine. She just wants peace and love and harmony. That's it. Like she just wants to live out in the woods with her squirrelions and her chippermonks and all of her little fae babies. Like that's it.
And she's off to a good start. First decapitating a person. Throwing a dagger into them. My gosh. Peace and love. Peace and love. And in pieces could be, we'll be getting to that as the last episode left in such a cliffhanger. Literally, people may have been falling. We don't know. We're going to do some rolls. But before we do, as always, as is the tradition, we do a recap in the style of some of our favorite animes. And maybe you can guess which one it is. Previously on Mortal Rolls.
We have announcements.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Before we streamed, I'm like, any announcements? Or yeah? And then
That was awkward.
We even said we have some announcements after we introduce you.
We did say.
Good on that.
I was going to do a commercial break. Okay, we'll do the
All right. So we pause your show for
Previously,
quick announcements from our sponsor. We have partnered with Axolotl Dice, and we're doing a giveaway on March 25th, which will be episode number 10. 10.
baby.
And we are giving away four D20s. And they are all inspired by our player characters. They will be chunky D20s. They are 32 millimeters, so about 10 millimeters bigger than a regular D20. Not that big. About this big. See, here it is.
That's a good size.
Where's my regular D20? Oh no. This is a regular one. This is a regular one, and this is a chunky one. And they're inspired by our player characters, and we are doing it. We are doing the giveaway on March 25th on stream. Please go to our Instagram to enter the giveaway. All of the details are on the latest post that says a giveaway on it. You'll be able to know what post it is because it says giveaway.
Can players win this? Because I want those dice so bad.
We might get some for the players.
Holy moly.
I would cry if I got some.
Also, y'all, if you don't win, they are the best dice. Well, among the best dice on the market.
The JPD.
Just Peachy dice. So you should go and
Axolotl
patronize them.
Yeah.
Patronize them. Hey, why is patronizing both buying things from someone and annoying them at the same time? Anyways.
No, we're not doing this. We already went on a tangent and forgot about the announcements.
For the folks at home, I'm sitting here blinking, watching this. Things go on a tangent. But now we're back. Hi, everybody.
Right.
We are
Now back to the show.
Axolotl Dice, again, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you. And for the folks at home, let's get back to business. Previously on Mortal Rolls. In a daring prison escape, our valiant heroes defeated the Rim prison guards and rescued a dog, nursing it back to health. Then, plunging into the depths of an ancient labyrinth, they braved the icy waters below and now stand in the caverns below Rimorum that stand as a testament of a time where immense death was part of its history. Morrowind's mysterious map confounded them until one hero deciphered a blood symbol, revealing it as Mother. The mistress identified Apollos Sanctum as the origin of this scroll. And as the heroes stopped and sat around a campfire, all each reflecting and questioning a newly found ally, Farron, She seemed to have been holding back some information, but just as they made their way closer, perhaps cracking the code or the secret that she holds, if any, an explosion was heard as Morwen, in her wisdom, defending the heroes, planting a, what was it again? It was a door bomb. It was essentially a bomb triggered as someone opens the door. Perhaps more
Truth bomb.
Oh, a truth bomb?
No, it was a pressure bomb.
It was a pressure bomb. A pressure bomb.
Devised explosive device.
It was a love bomb.
It was.
Morwen experiences a lot of pressure. Okay.
This is Morwen coming out of her shell now. And as the explosion goes off, 2 damage was what was rolled. You hear some cries, and then you hear the bodies drop into the water below. Now, I'm going to do rolls.
Plural.
Bodies dropped. For the folks at home, if you recall, there was a DC to this fall, and it was DC 18, and that ultimately is what is going to be rolled as the first person falls down. Failed. Rolls a 17 to the 18. That means we're going to be rolling a D10. And I'm just typing in the FD Foundry, the code that didn't work. Could someone please roll a D10? Fantastic. That was 4 damage. So 4 damage as a person falls down, the first body, and then rises to the top, gasping for air. The second. Rolls, just makes it as a slimmer figure falls into the waters below and then rises to the top, again gasping for air. And finally, the last to roll. I rolled a 7. Could someone please roll a D10? 1 was the number of the damage, and I have to say that the last person had the least amount of health, as they were the most beat up. As the story goes, as the prisoners in the cage heard the battle, the cries of death, then there was silence as the smoke began to fill the prison below. That's when they began to panic. And they began to bash at the door with whatever force they got. And there was 5 prisoners left. Only 3 escaped. Johnny being one of them. And as they made their way through now the filling smoke, seeing the fallen bodies go, and by that time they got to the barracks filled with heat and black smoke, they made their way to the only place that possibly had safety, and that was in that door that was slightly open. And as they opened the door that led to the hole into the cavern below, that's when the bomb went off. And each of them fell. Then sputtering You guys hear these three people begin to cry out and just like, help us, help us. And they begin to kind of claw their way up to the top.
Sabine runs.
Runs where?
Yeah,
Runs
Morwen
to where they're crying.
And they're at the pool, the same pool that you guys.
Oren will also run. Guys,
She's already.
who did it?
She's running.
Okay, Sabine, easy. You go. You know where to go. It's right behind you. Essentially, you run back, and you see these three hands kind of reaching up to you.
Grab him and pull him out.
Yep. Sabine grabs him, pulls him out.
Sounds good. Very easy with Oren there. Very, very easy to pull them. They're spitting out water.
Oh. Are you all right?
Who's that? Who's that? As one of the farmers that was within the prison. Then beside you see a woman as well, also one of the farmers that was there. And of course, you see this one beat up farmer missing an eye, sputtering. I know that voice. Is it Sabine? Sabine?
Johnny, are you all right? She'll run over to him and just kind of like, she'll rip a part of her dress off to like dab off the water on his face.
Dab off the water. Oh! As his eye is still pretty tender.
Oh, I am sorry. Are you all right? What are you doing down here?
I need freedom. Freedom. We were left. The prison was filled with smoke. The building above on fire.
Oh,
Our only hope was to somehow survive.
I'm
That's what we guessed. People went to the door, but then the explosion, and we just need to rest. We just need food. Do you have any food?
Yes, yes. Let's bring them to the fire to get warm and dried.
Yes. So I can look at your wounds and help you if you'd let me.
And they are most welcoming to whatever assistance they can get, as they have literally fought for their life.
Yeah. So Morwen would take 10 minutes for each of them to treat their wounds.
Perfect.
And I just need to use a medicine check.
Please do.
Okay.
Natural medicine. Nice. This is a
feat that I have. Where's my proficiencies? There they are. Okay. Here we go. Oh, I rolled really good for the first one. I rolled a 10.
okay. Who would you provide assistance to first?
Whoever looks the most hurt.
That looking at them, you would know that the one that Sabine calls Johnny.
Okay. Is that a success?
Oh, a 10. Oh, you rolled a 10. Ah, yes. Well, it will take. What do you roll then for your healing? What is it?
So on a success, I rolled 2d8 and they regain those hit points.
Okay, with that roll, they'll take half of what you roll. They'll take half of the hit. Perfect. So good. He'll take 7, rolling a 13. I think our rule was you take the higher. I think that's what we'll do.
So roll again.
Oh, you rolled it. Right, 7. I'm going to give him 7 hit points. Now you're going to be healing someone else.
Yeah, I would do I would do all three of them. Well, I would not do them. I would heal them.
Perfect. Yeah, sounds good.
So here's the next one. Do.
Johnny's really beat up, so he's pretty rough. So that's why your healing didn't do so well. Oh, with a 13, yeah, that does better. The person will be able to take the full roll.
Okay. So this person heals 12.
Okay. Now there's a gentleman and a lady.
She would just like if they're in a line,
Just-
she would just go from one to the next.
All right, sounds good.
I dealer's choice. You choose who I heal next.
Well, the gentleman, he's there. He's just he looked the most rough. The second two most rough.
And the next person, I rolled an 11 for.
They'll take half the roll.
Okay. And they heal for 4.
Look at that. As you go in and you begin to perhaps describe exactly kind of what you're doing as you're applying this healing to them. You're just laying hands on them, or are you making a salve? Like, how does that work?
So yeah, she would just be doing some, it's like natural healing. So she'd probably be like, she has some crystals in her bag. She'd like use those and probably the goat salve and bandaging up anything that needs to be bandaged.
Perfect. With the goat salve, it really seems to really impact those wounds and just kind of perk up. They're beginning to perk up.
Mm-hmm.
And
she's going to be like, and that's why you go and get your goat salve from Joe. It heals everything.
And one of them comments, yes, I'm a big fan. Not Johnny, it's the other one. He's saying that he's a big fan.
I'm happy to next work for you.
Sweet. If I survive this, I swear I'll be buying all the goat salve I can. And then celebrate. Only from you. My sweet angel. Whatever your name is.
You can call me Winnie.
Winnie. And they're just breathing heavily, exhausted with the smoke. Your healing, your medicine check has calmed them, that they're able to make their way to the fire to rest. And while they kind of sit, and being the fact that Johnny sees Sabine, there's already like a trust there. He remembers the words that Sabine said. In fact, it was when he awoke, those were the words that he remembered. And it gave him that courage to fight. And fight he did. And so, and so almost immediately they begin to rest, like just in and out of consciousness, in and out of a heaviness of sleep. In fact, as the fire continues, you also begin to feel the heaviness of sleep come upon you. I'm going to go
We'll have the dog go and snuggle up right next to Johnny and snuggle up behind him as well. Like literally like a dog curled up around like the top of Johnny's head.
That's brilliant.
A question, DM. I noticed that in your recap, you said that we were looking at Morwyn's marvelous map. Now that's something I hadn't heard it called before. Is it a map?
Oh, you know what's your role? You have no idea.
It's
I just
math.
because
No
we
medical.
weren't able to, you can only assume that it's a map of something. I mean, what else possibly could it be? But a scroll. Very instead of marvelous, maybe we'll say a sexy scroll.
Okay. Interesting.
Awesome. Okay. So as you sit around the fire and the weight of sleep, it's been a long day.
As they're settling in, Eve would definitely be like next to Sabine.
Yep.
Oren would likely go and see if he can pull Morwen kind of away from the group and maybe away from the fire a little ways, and just say, "Hey, Morwen, can I borrow you for a second? I just need some help with something."
Yep. All right. What can I help you with?
Can we just go away from the group? We don't have to go too far. I don't want you to be uncomfortable. I just I don't really necessarily want everybody else to hear or see.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, if we can just kind of go away from the group and maybe just far enough that we still have some light, but not everyone's gonna look over and see.
Oh, okay. Where do you think you would venture off to in this cavern?
Probably likely back towards the pool.
I said a bang, bang, bangity bang. I said a bang, bang, bangity bang. A bang, 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 bangity bang.
Okay. And then
What does that mean?
Oren will pull out the goat's elf and just say, Morwen, I need your medical expertise and some help. I need some help getting my shirt off because I think it's stuck to my back from some of the blood.
Oh, sure.
And I need to get the shirt off, and then I need help just maybe putting some of the goat self on my back because I have a lot of cuts and scars back there.
Yeah, I don't mind doing that for you. Sure.
Okay.
All right.
So he's gonna just try to turn his back to Mormon and try and get her to help him take the shirt off. So he'll kind of start pulling on it, but it's probably likely pretty matted to his back.
Why don't you get in the water?
Okay.
And then the blood won't be all dry, and it won't be stuck to your skin.
Okay. It's just that was it salt water or
It's not salt water.
Okay.
It's like water.
Okay, I can do that. It just it hurts a little in the water, but that's okay. I'll do it. And then he's gonna step into the water and kind of submerge most of his back in the water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Morwen would help him clean.
Yeah.
Gently.
Yeah, this
rag that was in her purse.
What you'd see more when as you start to get his shirt off is just at this point dozens of what look like whip marks across his back, and some that have scarred over pretty well that look quite old, and then kind of ranging from solid scars all the way up to fresh bloody wounds that look like they maybe just happened, even fully fresh.
The whips.
Mm-hmm.
How did this happen? Oren, did this happen when we were up there?
No, they've been happening for a long time now. I just one day started getting these wounds. I woke up one night when I was sleeping, and my back was really, really hurting, and I realized my bed was covered in blood, and I didn't know what was going on, and I just had this like slash across my back, and then they kind of just keep showing up every once in a while, like almost every day. I get a new one, or maybe a couple, depending on the day. They just keep showing up, and then they eventually heal and scar over, but they hurt real bad. And so I use the goat salve to put it on my back, because it's the only thing that helps.
Well, I'm glad that I'm able to help you. Is there anything that triggers it? Do you know? Like, have you noticed like similarities between when these show up, or?
Not really. Usually, I hear a laugh, like this man laughs, and then the wound shows up. I don't really know why it's happening. It just I keep hearing this laugh in my head over and over again, and I can't get it out anymore because that's all I hear. And then I get the cuts. So now I make music to drown out the laughs, and I just try to make sure that nobody can see my back, and it's okay. But I'm okay. It hurts kind of all the time, so I'm kind of used to it now, because it's always there.
It sounds like you've been through a lot, Oren.
I mean, we all have.
Like, yeah, but I mean, I don't wake up hearing terrifying laughter and try and drown it out. And I don't wake up with whip marks all over myself.
Yeah. But you did have a really scary dream in the middle of a battle, and then all of a sudden you had a scroll in your hand, so that sounds pretty scary and hard to handle as well.
Yeah. That was really weird. But don't discount the bad things that happen to you, Oren, just because bad things happen to other people.
Yeah,
It's okay.
You're right. I just I don't want to be like a burden on anybody else, and I like to make people feel better and be happy and have a good time, and I don't know why these are happening to me, and I don't want people to look at me different or think of me different, and I also don't want to be a burden on anyone, because my job is to take burdens off of people.
You're my friend. You would never be a burden on me just because something bad has happened to you and you need support. That's what friendship is. And I mean, I think of you as a friend, and I want to help you so that you don't have to struggle. And that's what friendship is all about. And thank you for telling me. That's all.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. If you can do me a favor and maybe not tell everyone about it yet, I don't want to distract from everything that's going on, and also I want to I want to find out why it's happening, because I would like it to stop, because it's not very fun and it hurts real bad.
I'll do what I can to help you. Maybe there's something like this in a book in the library. I won't tell anyone. It's okay.
Thank you. And I'm sorry if I made you feel uncomfortable. I know that other people use the goat cell for different things. I just
What do other people use the goat cell for besides to heal?
Adult things. But we can maybe talk about that later, because I don't know if this is the right time to talk about that. But you'll learn one day. It's really fun. But I also, it makes the pain go away on my back, and that's what matters the most to me, because there's a lot of them back.
Well, then it sounds like it is healing.
I can't see it because it's on my back. Do you know how many there are?
She would gently count them. How
I
many?
want you to do a perception roll as Oren was in the water, soaking the shirt. Whatever check you do,
He took the shirt off, and she put the goat salve on, and
as
she
you're putting on
was about to put a light bandage over top of it and wring his shirt out so it's just damp for him.
That's perfect. You'll get a +4 on this roll, if you're doing a medicine check, just because I think that was genius in using the water in that way. But you still need to do a perception check as you're applying.
So wait, perception or medicine?
You'll do both.
Okay. And perception, I get any circumstance bonuses? Nothing? Okay.
No.
Okay, so I rolled a 16 for perception.
Okay. As you're applying, and then go ahead and roll your medicine.
So would it be for my natural medicine? Because then I would roll nature instead. I mean, it's the same bonus, so it doesn't really matter, but
Yeah, nature. Sure.
and then I get a +4.
Okay, great.
19.
It's it. Yeah.
Okay. So, Oren, you would get, is that just a regular success?
That's a regular success. Yeah.
You would get 11 points.
Rolls 19. 11 hit points return as the smooth, soft hands of Morrowind rubs over top of the sore. Now, the cave water that you were in, not salt water. The salt water, as you know, burns. And so it was kind of a pleasant surprise to be in the water where it didn't cause additional pain. But as you, Morrowind, as you begin to rub the goat salve over top of each of the scars, and you begin to count, and as you're rubbing, you can see that while there are scars appearing, there are still scars that have scabbed over underneath. It just seems that the back has been just riddled. And then your hand hits something slimy and hard. And you look and you see that there is a leech on his back.
A leech? Okay. Oren, did you know that you have a leech on your back?
No?
Are you okay if I remove it?
Probably. Do I have leeches anywhere else?
I only see the one.
Okay.
You just see the one with his shirt off.
Okay. I think Morgan probably carries a little jar of salt with her.
Yeah, in your little satchel.
In my little satchel.
Pat down my legs and see if there's leeches on my legs real quick.
Yeah, you certainly can.
And she's just going to sprinkle a little bit of salt on the one that's on his back and try and remove it.
As you do that and you throw it on there and you can see that immediately this leech reacts to it, that you're able to kind of rip it off, leaving a bit of a mark and a little trickle of blood, but not enough to do any sort of damage. But Oren, as you begin to panic and begin to check, certainly you do find another leech in between your legs as you begin to and
that one's supposed to be there.
In fact, it seems to be really attached.
I mean, you could pour some salt on it and try and pull it, but I think
Nope.
Yeah, Morwen would be like, here is my salt. Just put a little bit on it and the leech should detach.
Is it an actual leech?
Yeah, it's an actual leech.
Okay. I'm so sorry, Morwen. I'm just gonna turn around and wait. I gotta make sure.
Just
gotta make sure
I need that.
I just gotta make sure I pull the right one off. But I need the other one. Pull and try to pull the other leech off.
I'm sorry, you pulled it off?
Yeah. Yep. I think this water is infested with leeches.
Oh, I'm so sorry I asked you to go in there.
It's okay. It helped me get the shirt off because I tried getting it off earlier and it was stuck.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm just so sorry. If you find any other leeches, you know what? Why don't you just keep the salt for now?
It's okay. Is her? Well, this is the pool that we all jumped into, right?
Yeah, would that be the pool that we all fell into?
Yeah.
I'm thinking that maybe I'm probably not the only one with leeches on me. Maybe we should all just check. Also, can I put my shirt back
the
on?
hair from her back and turns around and is like, "Do I have any on me?"
I think you should probably take your no.
No, I don't think that Joe would like that. He tells me that my body needs to stay a secret.
My temple.
That's probably good advice. Do I see any leeches? I can pat her body down and see if I can find any.
I think she would lift up her skirt up to knee height and see.
Go ahead and roll a perception as you begin to look for leeches.
And will absolutely let his eyes wander while he's looking for leeches. I gotta make sure that your whole body is good. Do you want me to pat you down?
I mean, I don't want to have any leeches on me. Yeah.
Oh, 17. 17 gives you a good look. You analyze it and take a look. And as you're looking, you don't see any leeches. I just want you to make a survival roll, just because perhaps the time on the seas, and maybe this is something that you are familiar with. So I'll allow. Are you trained in survival?
Or is it not. I'm trained in lots of other things.
Are you trained in nature? Either nature or survival. I'll allow. Either both.
I'm not.
I'm
He's
trained
not
in nature.
in the
Could I
outdoors.
assist?
Yeah, if you're trained in nature, yeah. Are you trained in survival?
I am untrained in survival, but I am trained in nature and
All
medicine.
right, I'll let you. Perfect. You know, as
Doesn't do the
Orin, you're looking and you kind of realize, and then you're like, well, maybe we need to pat you down some more. More when you roll in your nature and just see.
Probably get naked. That was almost the one.
That's very good. So, just kind of thinking back now, you knew the salt. You knew the salt would react to it, and you began to think about with the leeches, and then you kind of realized that as you jumped in, and everyone sort of just swam up quickly to the top. The likelihood of leeches attaching at that point very minimal. But Orin was wading in the pool as his shirt was getting all soaked, and as you're, and at that point you're like, yeah, you know what, that would probably allow the leeches to attach, at least attract, because,
grody.
Yeah.
I would just say, I think that everyone else is probably okay. We didn't spend a lot of time in the water.
Okay.
Except for you just now when I told you to get in the water. I am so sorry. But the good news is that we got rid of the leeches.
Yep.
Also, going back to his question, would I have been able to discern how many scars he had?
Yeah. You counted about 16. As you had 2 that were open, but you could just see the healed scars just as your hand just kind of rubbed over top of it. You could just kind of feel just a scab on the skin.
As far as your scars go, Orin, I counted 16 total with two open wounds.
That sounds right. It sounds a little low, but they also just hurt, so I never really know 100% where they are. I just got a new one while we were in the prison, because I can feel it feels like I'm being hit in the back with the sun, and it hurts really bad when it happens, but then it just kind of turns into a regular bleedy cut.
Like a sunburn?
No, kind of like if someone were to heat up a knife in the fire for a while and then cut you with it. And it burns, and then it also just hurts, and it doesn't feel very good.
Looking at the open wounds, does it look like he was cut with a hot knife?
At this point in the low light,
No.
even, it's really hard to tell. And in fact, because you're ultimately relying upon whatever light is shining from above down into the pool and the little bit of the campfire.
Moonlight.
Around you notice that there are some sort of mushrooms that they look like they're glowing, but they're giving off just a low light. So as you're looking through, you're depending upon your hands, because your sight isn't necessarily catching it all. Now, yeah. So go ahead, and then I'm going to tell Orin. Orin actually would think of realize something, but go ahead.
You said that you hear somebody laughing. Did you ever see this person?
No, I just hear his voice, and he sounds like he's really happy that I'm in pain, and I don't know who it is, but the laugh, it sounded familiar from the very beginning. I don't know who it is. I just know that I feel like I've heard it before, and
Have
he
they ever
just
spoken to you?
left.
It's weird.
Left. It's it's pretty
Weird things
awful.
are happening.
I don't. Yeah. I mean, strange things have happened kind of since I got here. I woke up in a crater, and they told me that I fell from the sky. Well, I woke up in like the sand, and the siren told me she saw me fall from the sky, but it was
You woke up in a crater.
well, it was more just like I woke up at the edge of this island, and there was like burn marks and stuff. I don't know.
Joe found me in a crater.
That's kind of what I figured. I'm pretty sure that from what I heard on the boat about another one of our friends, I'm pretty sure they were also found in a crater.
Ooh.
I don't know if
It's
I don't know
okay.
if I should say.
You don't have to tell me, Oren. Since you told me this, I'm going to tell you something weird. I haven't even told Joe. So remember that dream that I had?
Mm-hmm.
That I was telling you about with the weird guy who pretended that he knew me?
Yeah.
I don't think it was a dream. And he gave me a pomegranate seed. And I didn't think anything of it, so I ate it. And then I felt really weird. And I was alone in the shop that day, so I just kind of closed the shop and I went to bed. And I didn't always have two-toned hair. It was all this color. And when I woke up, my hair was different, and one of my eyes changed. And that's why I don't know why, but that's why this eye is red, and this is what my eyes used to look like. And I don't know why, but sometimes I hear voices. And I didn't tell anyone because I didn't want anyone to think I was crazy or weird or anything. And Joe just thought that I went and I got a new hairdo, you know? So I didn't say anything. And it's weird, right?
Well, I don't think it's weird. To be clear, I think your hair looks really good. I think you're really pretty and it looks good on you. And I like your miscolored eyes because it kind of makes you look like a badass. But also...
I don't want to look bad.
I don't think... No, that's a good thing. Badass, it makes you look really cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes you use opposite words to mean things that mean cool. But
I don't want to look like a bad person.
No, it looks really cool. And I think that... I don't think it's weird. I think that... I think there's something different about us. That's probably why we were drawn together and why we were able to see the cultists and why I'm able to somehow do magic through with sound waves, and how you seem to spit weird stuff And
do that before.
I'm pretty sure 𝐲𝐵INE grows, her teeth grow, and she might, well, she's kind of, I've seen her in a different state a long time ago.
No.
And
you
she's
saw
a
her
little strange.
before?
Yeah. So I really should talk to her about it too, but like when I was, after I landed on the island with the siren, you probably heard the song that I sing. It's pretty true. Basically, the siren taught me everything because she wanted me to help her lure in sailors, and then we lured in sailors, and they came in, and then she feeds off of memories and fears and love, and at that time I didn't have any, which is why she really liked me there. But then after I saw her feed on one of the sailors, it was the scariest thing I've ever seen. So I didn't want that to happen, and I played her a song that put her to sleep, and I saved the sailors, and we went back on the ship, and it turns out they were slave traders, and in one of the cages was the most beautiful creature I had ever seen, and it was this very wolf-looking feral animal, but she was also a girl, and it turned out it was 𝘲𝐵INE, and I felt connected to her from the very beginning when I first saw her, and she just looked so sad and scared and lonely, and I heard that they were going to sell them, and that they wanted to sell 𝘲𝐵INE to fight things, and I didn't want that to happen, so I unlocked her cage when we got to the mainland, and I let her out and ran away so that she didn't know it was me. And she ran out into the forest, and every once in a while I sneak out into the forest just to watch her and make sure that she's okay. But I have a song about her as well that you've probably heard, about the fairy princess, the
favorite of your songs.
Yeah. It's about 𝘲𝐵INE, but I haven't told her that I saw her, that I let her out of the cage yet, because I don't want to sound creepy.
It kind of is, but that's okay. I don't think 𝘲𝐵INE will think it's crazy or creepy.
Yeah.
I really don't, because I don't think 𝘲𝐵INE has a lot of personal boundaries.
That's true.
I think that she will think it's normal.
Yeah, I just don't want to scare her, and I don't want her to think that like she hasn't earned her freedom and that she doesn't deserve it. I want her to know that like she's really strong, and that's why like I haven't interfered with her in the forest or like given her anything, because like she's really strong and kind of scary.
Super scary.
Yeah. I've seen things. She's pretty cool. I don't know a lot about Eve, though. I've seen her a couple times, but that's it. Anyways, I really appreciate you helping me, because it's been really hard to put the salve on my back.
Sure, Oren, I can help you anytime you need help.
Thank you.
You know that, right? That's what friends are for.
Thanks. And like I said, I don't think you're weird. I don't think it's weird. I think it's strange that you're having these visions, and I can help you with them if you ever need to tell anyone about them. I won't tell anybody unless you want me to. But I think that maybe we just need to follow where fate is taking us right now and follow this little quest that we're on and stick together, because I think we maybe could find out why all of these things are happening and maybe stop them. And I think that maybe we might have to assassinate the emperor, but don't say that out loud to anybody else, because he sounds kind of evil.
So at that point,
I think that was a joke, but maybe not.
Sabine and Eve, we're going to go back in time to kind of talk about what you did, but you guys will be rolling a perception roll, and you will have just to see, because the thing about caverns, and especially in the area that you're at, there's something called like a little echo. So,
that Borwin would have been whispering, but they definitely would have heard.
raise their voice.
Are we getting a bonus then to the perception rolls?
With the perception roll, it'll be with a -2, but you can still make a roll.
Okay.
All of us, like me.
No.
That's a 13.
Yep. Didn't hear. How about Sabine?
Yeah, I didn't. I wouldn't have thought she would have heard, to be honest.
So as that conversation begins to end, you heard kind of muttering and not quite able to make out what was said, but certainly, you can see that Morrowind and Oren were having a quite a lengthy conversation. Mm-hmm. Now that said, at that point, I think Oren, given the fact that kind of talking and with the fire kind of going, you probably started noticing that heads began to turn in your guys' direction, sitting around the.
I'm gonna make sure I put my shirt back on so that nobody can see my back. I'm assuming we put some like bandages around it.
Yeah, I put some bandages around your back, and your shirt, like Morwen would have wrung it out really good, so it's just like damp, and it would probably feel like nice and cool on your skin, especially if the cuts feel hot.
Morwen, I think that maybe you should go back first, and then I will come back later. I just don't want people seeing me coming back smelling like goat salve and thinking that we did anything inappropriate.
Why would smelling like goat salve make people think that we did something inappropriate?
Well, people use it for inappropriate things.
What?
I know. Like I said, I'll tell you about it later. It has to do with adult things, but like I said, it's probably not
adult.
Probably not my place to tell you because we're friends and I'm a man and you're a woman. So like maybe one of the girls could tell you because it would be really uncomfortable for me to have to teach you about it. Anyways, I think maybe Eve could probably tell you, but Sabine, I probably wouldn't ask Sabine about it.
Brother, can you just tell me?
I'm just gonna go back into the water now and see if there's any leeches in there to gouge my eyes out.
Oh my
bye.
gosh, is telling me something so bad that you want to get another leech on you? Come on, it can't be that bad. Can you just tell me?
Like I said, it's it would be really uncomfortable for me to have to tell you about it. I think that one of the girls or Joe should probably be the one to tell you all of that
Joe
stuff.
doesn't tell me anything.
He should, because you are an adult and it's important for you to know because it does impact the way that you will handle people in the future. Don't worry, I would never do anything that would make you uncomfortable or be inappropriate.
Oh no.
Obviously, we're
Without
friends.
your consent, of course.
Okay. I hate not knowing things.
I know, but you'll find out.
Code and walk
Okay.
I'm seeing a lot of secret roles happening.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Oh, you guys can see some secret rolls. Interesting.
We
Yeah,
see
it just
question
says
marks.
the GM privately rolled some dice, and that happened like 4 times.
Oh, jeez, you guys couldn't see that. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, so sorry.
Is there something we should know?
No, you're oblivious. As now as Morrowind and Orin's conversation comes to a natural conclusion, as they begin to kind of awkwardly go, and perhaps Morrowind's going first, and then Orin will follow a little bit after to possibly not.
Yeah. Morrowind would like walk back to the fire and sit down.
So, as Morrowind and Orin got up to leave, Sabine, Eve, what would you both be doing? And we'll start with Sabine. Would you?
She probably would have made sure that Johnny was comfy and by the fire and sleeping, that Rupert, the dog, is comfy, and then she would have kind of, run around a couple times in a circle and like kicked up some dirt to make a little bed, nest, and then laid in it, and then told Eve that she could come and snuggle beside her if she would like.
She would act like she wouldn't do it at first, but eventually she would. Just like it's cold, so that's fine. Yes. Sabine, something happened to you back there. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to. Of course, I respect your privacy, but you grew fangs, claws. When we were fighting those men.
I did?
You don't remember?
I remember us fighting. I remember I remember throwing the dagger. I remember us I remember there being a lot of blood. I remember there being a point where I was being held by a very big, burly, smelly man, and then I fell asleep. Right?
You fell asleep.
And
You don't remember how you got out of that? You don't remember where any of the blood came from?
was that not from Oren and from you? Weren't you guys fighting? I knew that I was going to use a weapon, but I felt uncomfortable about it because I don't really want to, but then the person was really mean and really hurt the elf, the Farron, right? And you, but I don't remember very much about claws. I do remember waking up and you being there. Right?
Yes, I was there when you woke up, yes. Sabine, I think there's something that happens to you. Perhaps when you've been pushed too far. Perhaps when you're under stress or when you've been attacked. There's something in you that knows how to defend itself, whether you're aware of it or not.
Right. I I hear whispers. I've told you that.
Yes.
I hear the spirits whisper, but I try not to listen to them when they are telling me to hurt people. I don't want to hurt people, but
I know you don't.
But if they hurt you, I don't know. I do remember having moments where I was one place and ended up in another, in the hole. And Moen had a lot of blood on her, but I don't know.
Let's keep an eye on things, but you have another form. You change.
Have I hurt you? Have I hurt
No, God, no, you've never hurt me.
All right.
You only attack the people who hurt us. But you don't seem to remember it, at least not in full. There are...
If I try to hurt you, you must end me. You must end me. You must end me, Eve.
Don't say that.
You must drive a sword through my chest, please.
I know you would never hurt me. It wouldn't come to that. So don't even think about that. Everything you've done has been to try and defend us. I just thought you should know what happens.
Right.
You weren't aware of it.
Right. Was not aware of it.
It's full. Everything is going to be fine then.
Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine.
Do you want to see something that I discovered?
Yes.
And she is gonna go into her pocket or wherever and pull out the stone, which would still be glowing, right?
It would.
Oh, the biting rock.
The biting rock.
Right. It's glowing.
Yes. It's strange, but it seems to absorb, well, blood. And when it does, it's sort of the things that I could do in battle, the shadows. It's like when the stone is glowing, I can feel that power. I don't know how to describe it, but I spent days staring at this thing thinking I was going crazy. But at least now I know it actually does something, even if I don't understand why.
Would it take my blood if I were to cut my hand? Would it bite me then, or would it take my blood?
To take your blood, I believe. I don't know whether it would still bite you.
Does it
or not.
take your blood?
It doesn't like my blood. When I tried it just sort of evaporated into black sort of smoke.
Like your shadows?
Sort of.
Curious. Sabine will take a rock and cut her hand and
No.
put it on the rock.
Stop. He's like trying to stop her from doing that.
No. And as you cut your hand, and as you bring it towards the stone, Eve, as you're reaching out to try and stop, make a perception roll.
Okay.
See if you can catch something.
That is an 18.
Nice.
19. So what you see as she cuts her hand, and it's one of those moments, right? Like, it really does feel like it's slowing down for you because you're like, wait.
Yeah.
As the blood begins to drip and you're holding the stone, you can see that all of a sudden the blood as it's falling begin to just curve. Even the drops that didn't quite make it over the stone began to curve as if it began to, that it was one that was attracted by it, right? Attracted it in. But then you're seeing that it's pulling lots of Sabine's blood. Sabine, you must roll a 1d6.
All right.
Blood from your hand begins to gets absorbing into what you call the biting rock.
I would also then try to, if I see that happening, if it's like draining her blood, I'm going to try to like pull it away as well.
Okay.
All right. Number 1.
You
Hopefully that's good.
take 3 points of damage.
Oh gosh. Okay.
As the blood begins to just get absorbed into it, like, and you can feel it just kind of leaving you, and to the point that you're like, whoa. And Eve, as you pull the stone away, far enough away that the blood just kind of, for a moment, just kind of falls and then just falls to the ground.
Oof.
Biting rock bites again.
He'll just go.
No, Sabine, don't do that again, please. I don't want you to get hurt. You've already been hurt today.
I was curious. What does the rock do after it absorbs the blood?
Just pulsates.
Does it get brighter at all?
You don't notice any change to it, but Eve, you can roll an Arcana roll on this.
Okay. That's 28.
The sense of dread that you've had changes to a feeling of satisfaction.
I don't like that. That's almost more unsettling.
Yummy.
Okay. And she's like that looming sense of doom that I've had kind of since getting out of the fire, basically.
Yeah. You know, that when you were in the prison and you know, you were trying to communicate, there was this dread that fell upon you. Now that feeling has lifted.
I'm pretty sure Eve's a bard, y'all. That's what that sounds.
Yeah, Eve's the bard here. All right. Yeah, she's.
How do you feel, Eve? How are you? All right?
Yes. I'm better somehow. I don't know why.
That is good.
I don't. Is it good? My rock absorbed your blood, and now I feel better. That doesn't seem very good.
The way I see it is, if it does not take your blood, but what happens when there is no other blood around, and you have no access to your shadows anymore, and What if the man comes back? At least you know that it might not like my touch, but it likes my blood. It ate my blood. So perhaps that is a good thing. As she's swirling the cut and blood on her hand, painting
Yeah, you could.
with it.
What you say, like, what if the man comes back? Eve just like tenses. I would. I don't know. I'm not going to. Whatever I have to do to defend myself, it's not going to involve hurting you. I can tell you that.
I hurt myself, Eve. I chose to do that, and I do not want you to be powerless again, especially when it comes to him or anything. So if you have to use my blood or anything, I am fine, perfectly fine with that. If you are safe. My blood means nothing to me. As she lets it just kind of drip down, my body will replenish and make more.
It means something to me. It keeps you alive, and I need you alive.
I'm alive right now.
As you kind of end on this somber moment, Eve, just make a perception roll, and Sabine as well.
Okay. $18 and $8.
And an 8 for me.
That checks.
Wowzers. Yeah, Sabine, you notice. Eve, you don't even notice what's happening, what you're doing. As Sabine, as you're having the conversation, looking at the blood, all of a sudden you notice that Rupert Chomsky places his head on the dog. Places his head on Eve's lap, and Eve was just petting the dog with, and you kind of notice this, that Rupert kind of pushed his way kind of between you guys, laid his head down, and Eve, without skipping a beat of just talking, began to pet the dog. Eve, you don't really kind of catch yourself. You're unawares that you're doing this.
Yeah.
She'll note that in her brain. Curious and curiouser.
At this time, Morwen and Oren begin to head back to the campfire. And perhaps this is why you weren't able to hear anything or anything about that. You were quite deep in conversation.
Yeah.
Mistress sits just across from you both, sitting as the flames would flicker on her purple cloak, catching the silver. Farron sits away from you all, just kind of huddled up, close enough to the fire. Almost like kind of sitting, straddling, hugging her knees. And you can see the flames flicker, and even in the dark, dim light, the black of her eyes, you can see the reflection of the flames. Sleep begins to weigh heavy on you. And the mistress says, I would recommend that you all get some sleep now. tomorrow we'll have to make our way through this place. I don't want you to think that we are safe here. Stay by the fire. We're better together than apart. You should be wise and think of who will stay up first for the first watch. I can certainly take first watch.
I can with you as well if you would like. I am not too tired.
And she kind of pauses, looks at you, and says, "There's enough of us here that would seem reasonable." Then who shall be second?
I can do it.
I'm an early riser, so I'll take the last watch.
I'll take second watch with Eve.
And then Oren, as you say, no one seems to kind of say that they will stay up with you.
That's okay.
And then,
Probably just work on a song.
very well, in that case. Actually, you know what? Rupert just kind of like perks up as you say, "I'll take the last watch," and Rupert kind of perks up.
Hey, Rupert, buddy, you want to stay up and I'll write a song about the bravest, goodest boy in the whole world, okay?
All the land.
All the land. We'll call it The Goodest Boy. That'll be the name of the song.
Just kind of looks at you like, and then just kind of nuzzles his nose into you. As you return, he kind of leaves Eve's side and goes towards you. The mistress says, "Very well. In that case, then I recommend you take every opportunity to catch whatever sleep you can."
Okay, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna snuggle with Rupert. If anyone else wants to snuggle with us, you can.
Sabine will make a little bed, like nest area beside her for Eve. And while she sleeps, she'll just absentmindedly like stroke her hair.
Eve definitely, like, probably in her sleep is like getting just like closer to Sabine while she's asleep, because she wouldn't not do that when she's awake, but probably subconsciously she could use a little comfort.
She's just like pulling sticks out of your hair and putting them into hers.
Oren, do you mind if I sleep here?
Yeah, of course. Do you want to... I was going to use Rupert as a pillow because he's big and fluffy. If you want to sleep on the other side, we could both use him as a pillow. But we don't have to, like... Snuggle. You can lay on the opposite side if you're uncomfortable. I don't want to make you uncomfy.
Oren, you wouldn't make me uncomfortable. Come on, we're friends.
You're right.
And she just lie down beside him and go to sleep.
You guys see the map? You can move yourself to where you guys would be situated to sleep. Now, Sabine, would you move beside the mistress, or would you stay with Eve? Like, just kind of move yourself where you'd be.
She would kind of like stay like right here by 𝐤𝐤𝐼𝐣 and Eve, just like across from the fire from the mistress. She would also tell 𝐤𝐤𝐼𝐣, like, she could say, "If you would like, 𝐤𝐤𝐼𝐣, you can come and join over here. I've made a little nest area."
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. How does your stomach feel? Do you need more bandages? As she goes to try to rip more of her dress.
Kind of holds her tummy and just kind of looks down at it, and you what you did helped, and it's fine. I'm okay. I'm really okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. I will watch over you. Make sure that you are safe for the night.
And she kind of stops and looks at you and just nods. And then after a while, you see her just kind of slowly begin to close her eyes, and eventually she's just sitting there with her eyes closed. Now, there is one of you who has been neglectful in taking a certain medicine. So Eve,
Yeah.
I will need you, as you fall into sleep,
Mm-hmm.
I need you to make a will save.
Okay.
Does Sabine giving her tickle scratches on her hair give her any bonuses? Darn it. I
No,
tried.
if only.
The medicine of love.
I rolled real well anyway. I rolled a 27.
Did roll really well.
Unfortunately, not well enough. The DC was 30.
Probably not well enough to avoid everything, but maybe it'll help a little. Maybe.
As you sleep and you're feeling the hand go on your face,
Mm-hmm.
you feel Sabine's hand and it helps you fall asleep. But after a while, you hear a voice. Sleep, darling. Sleep. Sleep, sleep, sleep. And you recognize this voice to be Trick's voice.
I think she would, like, hearing that, she would immediately try to sit up and look if she can.
Yeah. And you do. And let me see.
And he's right behind you.
He's
right behind you.
The call's coming from inside the house. From inside the cave.
I don't like that.
I don't like that.
He's a tricky son of a bitch.
Eve, wake up. We don't like that.
You begin to sit up.
Mhm.
And you see Trick sitting with you.
Am I still in the cave?
Yeah.
No?
You are.
Oh, I am?
Yeah.
Dream,
Darling, it's
dream.
been some time.
What are you doing here?
Grateful. How come why did you leave me?
You have to even ask me that. You tried to kill me.
Please, you're overreacting. Did I really try to kill you?
Yes.
Well, you're alive, darling. If I killed you, you'd be dead. But here we are having a conversation.
I don't know how I don't know why I'm alive, but you stabbed me. You cut my throat. After everything.
You say that. He's all of a sudden is behind you, massaging your shoulders. Go on, darling. Tell me everything.
No, get away from me. I'm not going to let you hurt me again.
Roll a will save. as you
was
are
29.
able to push him off. And so much so that you feel absolutely empowered. What would you say to Trick as Trick all of a sudden is like, what?
Stay away from me.
And with that, his image just kind of like, and just kind of fizzles away. And you're there left for a moment, just like everything's again feeling safe. You feel the hand on your head again, just kind of stroking your hair.
Yeah. Was she moving or yelling any of that stuff out loud?
You actually aren't quite sure because you look away from you now and you see Trick. And he's walking towards you.
He said, stay away from me.
Darling, you can push me away, but I'll always be with you. You can't get rid of me this easily. Come on.
You killed me. You tried to kill me and you didn't care. After everything I did for you, get away from me and stay away.
We belong together. Don't you understand? We belong together.
No.
And your words, just as you shout, it's almost as if you're sending force to him, pushing him back. As your mind begins to take hold of reality, as you find yourself lying down, paralyzed in a dream, then you hear, as his image disappears, I'm always with you, darling. And that's when you see it. As Trick's image disappears, you see something large and like a snake crawling towards you. And you can make a perception roll, as well as Sabine, as you're keeping watch, and the rest who are sleeping are unaware.
Really sure that I was sleeping on the other side of the fire effect.
Mistakes were made. Do I get any bonuses at all for being awake, or no? Just leave them as is.
No, you know, you're sitting there, and where you are, you know, with Eve, you're looking towards the mistress at the fire, just the angle that you're at. It's just going to be a straight roll.
Okay. It was at that moment Sabine was like, so what is your name? She's just about to tell us when.
All right, I'm going to...
14.
All right, let's...
14 and a 14.
Oh, man. Eve, this is what you see.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's like the girl who couldn't read the freaking thing, and the girl that was asleep saw the worm. Oh my gosh, is that a leech?
As you see a giant black lung begin to crawl, lift up its mouth, maw open, as it's behind, looking and crawling right towards you. Eve, you've rolled, you were able to take control of your mind. You were able to shout out.
Okay. Yeah. she just, can I move or I can only yell?
You're yelling again. You're in a sleep paralysis. You're just
Yes. Yep, I'm familiar.
words out.
There's something coming towards us.
Everyone roll initiative.
As we battle the Midgard worm.
As all of a sudden, you have. We're gonna start an encounter. The music has started. It's hero time.
Bum, 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 bum.
Oh baby.
So I'm assuming
no active encounter.
Well, guess what? That's just about to change.
and we didn't get the benefits of a long rest yet, hey?
As you were sleeping just within the first watch.
Short rest for them, maybe?
Short rest. You did.
That doesn't help. I still have no spells.
Well, don't worry, you're a champion. Champions don't need spells. Wait, aren't you a barbarian? Can't you rage?
That's all right. We got the mistress. We'll
Pretty sure I'm
be
a cleric.
fine.
I think he's a cleric.
All the mistress has to do is just snap her fingers and it'll just disappear. It'll be fine. Perfectly fine.
Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine.
Perfectly fine.
23 for me. Also, as Sabine rolls initiative, she starts to go into this disassociative state of mind as she spots the worm, little wormy guy. And immediately starts, her body changes. Her claws grow, her fangs grow, and just stands up and gets in front of Eve and rages.
Wowzers. Okay, well, this is it. Now, for the folks at home, we're going into initiative. So the Pathfinder 2e system, a little bit different than D&D 5e. D&D 5e, you have an initiative roll that you would do, and that's quite simple. But with Pathfinder 2e, it all depends on what you're doing, will depend what you can roll as initiative. So, in the situation of Eve, a perception roll would be appropriate. As you were able to perceive, amazing that you rolled a natty 20, giving you the ability to break through the illusion or the hallucination within your mind that you're able to see the threat coming to you. Sabine, same. I think a perception roll would have been appropriate as well. I mean, you can also have rolled, perhaps as you were on watch, I would have allowed a survival, whichever.
What did I do?
I might have accidentally rolled performance. Do you want me to re-roll?
Oh, I did athletics. That was the last time I did initiative. My bad.
All right, go ahead, give yourself a roll on survival. You can choose perception or survival.
Do you want me to re-roll?
Yeah, for you guys can roll a fortitude check as you are sleeping, and you will
not
be
me.
awakening.
Want me to re-roll mine?
Yes,
Five.
please.
Fortitude.
You rolled 5?
Because that's not an option.
Yeah.
Just
I rolled
as a saving.
perception.
Just
Sure.
perception?
You know what? Sure. Perception's fine as you're kind of coming to.
Was there a sleepy option for initiative? There should be.
It says because I already rolled the...
Oh, then you're okay. If you guys roll the perception, then that's okay. We'll keep it.
No, I initially accidentally rolled it under performance, but it's saying because I've already rolled initiative, I can't roll again.
Oh, okay, fair enough. What
Can you-
if you roll your perception, tell me what it is.
Okay, I'll just roll a flat perception. Okay. Oh, right there. Yeah. Well, that was even worse than the last one. I can't roll for hell.
What did you roll?
A 9.
A 9.
I mean, you were sleeping.
I rolled a natural 1 again.
Hopefully the last one.
Nobody's rolled more natural 1s than me.
Rolled a lot of natural ones.
You really have.
It's literally what, the 5th, 6th I've rolled in 7 episodes?
Yeah,
Fourth.
but that's because you're number 1 redacted class.
I promise you that I've also rolled at least that many.
Yeah, I think I've rolled a bunch of ones too.
Amazing. The mistress is not fooling around here. She was on high alert. And so she's going to go first. The mistress, hearing the cry of Eve, turns her attention, sees what's going on here. She's going to move up to see if she can gauge the situation. And then she says, leeches! Giant leeches! 5, 10. This is the part where it's like moving. 20 and then 25. There we go. We got there. And she is going to use her second action to move in closer so that at least she can get in an attack. And her third action is going to simply be a strike. And with a, oh my gosh, the mistress is on fire. Yeah. Okay, that was a crit. All right, right off the bat, she attacks it, slices it. Right into like underneath the maw. You see this blade all of a sudden shoot up, get it, pull out. It seems unfazed as it continues to move. There's a slight like kind of wriggle, but the thing is continuing to move towards her. She then says, quickly attack! That's the end of her turn. Next, it's going to be Sabine.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to... Where is it? Okay. Yep, oh yeah, I jumped in front of Eve to get into defensive position. And then I'm going to... Literally can't see anything. Hold on, let me turn my brightness. Haha, there we go. This is so silly. Okay, I'm gonna hop over here next to her. Do my sudden charge.
Yeah.
Let me open up my thing again. Oh. Wrong one. Come on, Sabine. Here we go. Okay. And then she's going to... Oh yeah, she was already raging. She did her quick shape. She'll do her sudden charge. And then do her strikes with her claws. We'll do a strike to see if it makes it.
You move in for the strike.
12?
And you just misgauge the skin itself is thick and slimy, and just the angle, it moved back that your claws just slid just right across from it.
Gross.
There's a bit of bleached slime on your nails.
Peach juice.
Gross. And then she's gonna try and stab it again. And then that'll be it.
Okay.
Try it one more time. Go for a stabby stab.
That'll probably work.
Last, yeah, do it. It hits, obviously. Roll your crit damage to see what happens. On the spot math. 19?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What does the mistress see as you rage in and take this leech out? What happens?
All right, so she'll see a blur just go by her as Sabine just tries to do like a slash, and then just see her go, ugh, and just go, oh, it's gross, and then just get mad and be like, that was really gross, and then just stab her claws in and then just rip out a chunk of it.
And that chunk was right underneath where the maw, it's almost where whatever's kind of going through the mouth will just kind of exit out, just this open, just begins to spew out this leech juice and begins to kind of writher, fall, and then just kind of stop wriggling at your feet. The mistress looks at you, looks at your claws. How? Damn. You're good. And you see respect in those eyes of the mistress. Next is and the leech has the death condition. One. All right. Next is
there another one?
Yes. Out from the shadows. This one begins to crawl and wriggle.
Not gross at all.
All right. Dan. And now it is it's basically gonna ultimately attack. Ooh.
Oof.
Let's see. Oh my gosh. It's going to attempt to grab somebody on its next turn, as it's going to stay there, and because it can't move anymore. I don't want to. It knows. It's like it's sensing, and just kind of waiting. Next is going to. Oh, sorry. Did we begin the encounter? There we go. We skip. There. Eve's turn. Eve, your turn.
Looking for the closest weapon. That's on the ground or something nearby. I'm sure there's one.
Yeah, on the ground nearby you? Like
Yeah.
Near
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weapon. Doesn't matter.
You had a weapon, right? You had your weapon?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
See the short sword that Sabine left
Yeah.
where she was laying. So yeah, the short sword that Oren gifted, that do you see it there?
Well, we are the telekinetic projectile flinging it towards the leech. So that's going to be does a 17 hit?
A 17. You get ready for this. A 17 just hits.
Ooh, okay, cool. We love that. And that's going to be 15 damage.
Holy crap. Yeah, as you throw, you know what, you'd have to describe how this sword gets flung.
She just kind of reaches for it. Black tendrils shoot out of her hand, wrap around the hilt of the sword, pull it into her hand, and then she throws it, and those same tendrils guide it towards the leech.
Oh, yeah. And strikes it right in, just cuts it deep in its gullet, its long gullet, as it stays there, wriggling in pain. Now, that was 2 actions, or the first action was picking up your sword and then you threw it. Is that?
Yeah, telekinetic projectile is 2 actions, so that's my turn.
That's the 3 turns. All right. Anything else? Any war cry? Words of wisdom? What does Eve do as she flings it?
She just kind of like, it's just like a small yell, like a kill that thing type of, basically, that's it. She's coming out of a nightmare-ish hallucination, whatever it was, sleep paralysis.
Coming out of, a squeak. Coming out, yeah. Morrowind, you see a sword fling right by, just over top and snap on this creature right behind. What do you do?
I think that she might not have seen that because she was digging through her bag. And she pulls out a light bomb. And she's going to throw it at the thing.
Yeah.
So, oh!
Yeah. That's not a critical fumble. It was pretty close. But you miss as you throw the light bomb, and it just kind of, as the sword sort of hits it, and it kind of went down, and as your light bomb went, it just sort of flung it and just kind of bounced it away, and it didn't go off in time, going off in the background.
Okay. Nice. All right.
It's a bright bomb lesser, hey?
Blight.
Oh, blight bomb. Okay. I thought it was a bright bomb.
Blight.
Bomb. That sounds pretty cool.
Not light and not bright. Blight.
Blight. I like it.
Okay. I'm gonna say that's my turn. She's gonna look back in her bag and like start digging through it again to find something else that might work.
Perfect. And that's your turn. So in that case, then, Morrowind not being discouraged, you're just waiting for round 2. Farron.
She's just gonna be like, fate.
Farron's going to use her elvish eyes just to see, perhaps, maybe she can pick up on something here. Oh, goodness gracious. Those elvish eyes are really good. She cries and says, "There's one sneaking up from the right!" And she begins to run. And she rushes over here and to strike. And you guys don't see actually what happens. All you hear is a cry of, "Oh." And it is now, whose turn is it? Orin's turn.
Okay.
He's gonna try to talk to the monster.
No,
hey, sweetie.
Wow, that's
Can I
terrifying. It doesn't look like it has eyes, so we're gonna do some fun stuff. First, hey y'all, I really like this group, and you're all really, really amazing, and we've taken down a lot of scary bad guys, and we can friggin' do this. I believe in you all so much. So here's some love your way, and I'm gonna just strum on my little instrument, and we're gonna cast a lingering composition, and with that we'll do Courageous Anthem. Give me 1 sec to drop the emanation, let y'all know where it is. Oh. If y'all want to... Oh.
Ooh, yeah. Oh my gosh. The leeches regained their health? This is awesome.
To roll a performance on a standard difficulty DC, which I think is 15, right?
Yeah, for you, it's going to be 18. Okay. Which is standard difficulty for your level. Level 3, folks. I don't think we've ever announced what you guys are at. Level 3.
Well, that's good. So I succeed. So I rolled a 21. So the composition will last for 3 rounds. So if you all want to drag Courageous Anthem onto your tokens, including like the Mistress and all our other friends, and then you just need to go up to the spell effect and change it to 3 rounds. You can go edit item and then say duration 3. And click the sustained button. Boom. Okay, and then also what I'm going to do is there's just the one of them.
There's 2.
Oh.
Aaron rushes to the side to take care of one.
Oh, okay. Well, for now, because we're level 3, and because we're level 3, I have a cooler spell at a higher level now. I'm going to use a little thing called Noise Blast, and what I'm going to do is, it's going to sound like I have like an amp hooked up to my lute, and I'm going to just pick a little chord and then blast it really loud, and the sound is going to come out in these like black and red intense waves and shoot straight at the creature in a 10-foot thingamabob. 10-foot burst. Pew, 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 pew. But we're going to just make sure that that burst doesn't hit any of our friends, because that would be devastating. Looks like that will miss everyone on our team. Okay. So, Cacophonous Noise blasts out, dealing 2d10 sonic damage. Each creature must attempt a Fortitude save.
Okay, so this one's going to attempt a Fortitude save.
Yeah. The DC is 19.
Survived.
Well, sort of. Sort of. He takes half damage.
Unfair. How much damage?
Let's roll for damage. And if this is a natural one, I'm going to fight someone.
Oh,
So,
9.
9 damages. Oh, that's not. Undo that.
Oh my goodness.
I accidentally gave it to myself.
Yeah, as also these things, as the sound, you can tell like its maw begins to vibrate, like the sound affects it as it wriggles back. Okay. My goodness. Oren, was that your turn?
It sure was.
Okay. This one, the one that you don't see, was in the shadows where Farron ran to with her elven eyes. She saw this threat. And in an instinct, she went towards it.
Can you make sure to put the Courageous Anthem on Farron and the Mistress as well?
Oh. And
okay, all our little friends would also have it.
Sorry to Farron?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Okay, see it. Oh, and the Mistress too? Oh,
Yeah.
how lovely is that? How many can you get? Everyone that's in there?
Everyone that is our friends that are within the 60-foot emanation, which is a very large area.
All right. So who's controlling Rupert? What's Rupert going to be doing?
Well, he
Running away?
made sure to put Courageous Anthem on him.
Mhm.
And what about the prisoners? Are you also courageous answering the
Yep.
former prisoners?
Especially Johnny.
Jaw and me.
I don't know if any of us can. Oh, just kidding. I might be able to control Ruperto.
There we go. You were over top of.
Oh yeah, we were
Sweet.
snuggling.
Yeah.
Rupert. I'm gonna say, Rupert, come here, buddy. Get behind me, and he's gonna run, kind of. Well, actually, he'll kind of stay where he is. I'll be like, you stay right there. You're a good boy. You're the goodest boy. And he's just gonna stay right there and be the goodest boy.
That's what he says. He can speak now.
Okay, Lauren. I'm ready.
We're gonna have to come up with Rupert language.
Sabine can understand him.
Oh yeah. Sabine has no problem. You can educate us. Okay. So perfect, Rupert.
Okay.
Yeah.
He said,
Ow, whoa,
Orange
All
the
right.
greatest thing you've ever given to us.
Oh
In all of our
man.
campaigns.
Tumblewood included. Yeah.
This creature is attacking Farah with its mouth.
No. He's gonna gum her to death.
With a 30. Now let me just double check here. That's not a crit.
Holy
It's
shit.
not a crit. She's wearing a paper bag.
My mistake. It is a crit.
What?
No.
Because she literally is in rags.
I was like,
Wow.
what is her AC?
That paper bag is deceptively strong.
Appropriately, she has a pretty high AC
Does her
given
thing
the.
do anything?
But
Does her elfiness do anything?
Her gauntlet. What about her
Amazing.
gauntlet?
Yeah.
her gauntlet does stuff, but it's not going to help her in this
Not
situation.
She also has the +1 from the thing, right?
Whatever.
She
She
That's
just
true.
holds up her gauntlet and she's just like,
I'm just
Nene, leech. Nene, I have my gauntlet.
And then
Talk
the
to the
attacks.
gauntlet.
Just try to
And
deflect it like
unfortunately-
she's Iron Man.
Oh man.
Oh, so silly.
Yeah. She's like, come on, there's one more. And then that's when it comes in and bites, and you can see like it grabs her arm. This massive maw bites chunk into her, giving her 22 points of damage.
Oh, shite.
She's a tough cookie, but she's not that tough of a cookie. Next action is going to be that she is grabbed.
Oh no, she's gonna get eaten.
And then, and it says here, it says it grappled. Oh, it has to attack and see if it hits. Okay, so this is how it works. The monster's last action was a successful strike. Then it can start to do the grab action. First strike was a success. It's going to go for the second strike with a penalty because it's a second action. It's going to be a grapple if she's successful. I called the leech a she.
Aww. Just a cute little baby.
Because it has all the babies. And that was a hit. And so now it is effectively grappled. And now the last turn is going to be the giant leech drains blood from the creature as it is grabbed. And it's going to be 5 points of damage. And it is considered drained 1. This means your health and vitality has been depleted as you've lost blood, life force, or some other essence. Drained always includes a value. You take a status penalty equal to your drain value on constitution-based checks, such as fortitude saves. You also lose a number of hit points equal to your level, minimum 1 times the drain value. And if you become, oh my gosh, for example, if you become drain 3 and you're a 3rd level character, you lose 9 hit points. And that's what's happening to her right now. If you're just joining us or you stuck around, you know that Farron, this elf ally that was found in this solitude prison that was rescued by the heroes. Farron has what's called a spike gauntlet. And it seems to be something serious. And while Farron rushes into battle, she ended up getting grabbed and having her life drained. That's where we left off. And now we are going to go back into the action here, as that's the end of the leech's turn. It's the, what we call the drunken farmer. There was a bunch of farmers in prison. This guy survived. He's no hero. He's going to make a little will save here. Well, the good news is he's not frozen with fear. So he's going to run away with that natty 20. He's going to run away.
There.
As he books it. Next, also a will save. Not frozen in fear. And she also runs away. That leaves Johnny. Johnny, let's see what happens with you. Johnny, this is too much for him. He's been through a lot. While Sabine's words of encouragement allowed him the strength to escape from the prison, he is frozen with fear as he stares upon this giant leech with the maw just drooling with the leech juice. And he is going to be ultimately, he's paralyzed with fear. He has the paralyzed condition. Next is, we're going back to the top, Mistress. Mistress quite unsure what's happening here. Looks at Sabine. Do you still have some fight in you?
What do you think?
I'm going to be very honest with you, Sabine. Listen to my words. It is in your best interest that these farmers, these prisoners, that they die.
Why?
They cannot reveal who you are. And they've already seen too much.
I do not
Sabine,
care about the other two,
everything.
but I think that Johnny could be trusted.
I think so. And that's just take care of the rest. And then with that, she rushes. This is the best part. And the immersive experience, the counting of the tiles.
1, 2.
She rushes in. Oren, you see this woman with the purple cloak, with the blade drawn, almost like in an instant, just whip right by you as she dives in with this strike.
You can do it! Just give her a high five when she passes by.
How come my monsters aren't really crits?
This girl crits everything.
What do you mean? She is one of your monsters.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, shout out to 𝘼𝙣𝙤𝙤 for the comment of the week so far. He said Johnny's only seen half of it, right? Because his eye. That's the one eye.
Spoiler alert. Sabine's about to get that other eye.
All of a sudden, you see this blade rush in as she dives. The leech, it's almost as if she explodes into it as she rushes into this leech as it collapses atop of her. And she's covered now in this leech juice. And then that's when she takes a knee. As Oren, as you perhaps, I'll allow you a free perception check.
Don't be a natural one. Don't be a natural one. It wasn't a natural one. That was a 27.
As she's rushing by, like her cloak sort of kind of falls off her head, so you kind of get a better look at her face as she's just rushing in.
She's even hotter than I thought.
Oh yeah, because if you're a fan of the older ladies,
Okay.
you can see that she's quite aged. While she looks young with the cloak on, having the cloak fall back, you can see that this is a woman who has been alive for a number of years
Girl being
and has
guilt.
seen any of that.
Grandma's.
Guilt.
I think we all take 1d4 psychic damage with that one.
Yeah.
Except for Oren. He takes 1d4 in psychic healing.
And Oren's dead. Unbelievable.
Time to roll a new character.
Let's move on. Sabine, your turn.
All right. Let's see. She's going to follow the mistress. Follow the mistress. Actually, is that where the only one is left? Is over there?
Yeah, as far as you can tell.
Okay. Can I get like a lay of the land? What am I seeing right now? As far as
what you're seeing right now is actually you don't know where the second worm is. It's out of your vision.
okay.
In fact, you don't see Farron. Farron's gone. You see the rest of the party huddling around the fire. And you, as the words of the mistress hit your ear, you're aware of the other farmers. As you perceive to take a look, you don't see the farmers. Except for Johnny, who is standing still. The other two seem to be missing.
I can't see them at all.
You might be able to see them if you see them in the view. Can you see the lady farmer?
Yeah, I can see them like over here.
There you go. Yeah. That's kind of, you kind of get over there.
All right. And I'm assuming I didn't see Farron get swallowed at all.
You don't see her. You don't know.
Okay. All right, then I'm gonna head a little bit closer to Eve right here. From there, am I able to see where the farmers are, or?
Yeah, you certainly can. As you know what, as you're kind of getting into where you're at, you can have. I'll give you a perception roll just so that you can see. Can you see the tokens on your screen? Because as they come to your sight, then that's where you know. That's where they're standing. So you can see them.
Okay. All right. Cool. The worm that grabbed Farron, gone. I don't see that.
You don't see that.
Not that I would know that she got swallowed, but just any other worm at all.
No, it's out of your view. You don't see them.
Okay. All right. Let me see. I don't think I'm going to be able to get to the farmers this round. But I'm going to just kind of go over here. Lexi, actually. Okay, I moved 3.
You can end your turn here. Here's 25 movement.
With my...
15, 20, and then 25.
Sorry, where did you say?
Right here's
Right there?
25.
Well, I was trying to think if I did my double dash, like not double dash, but like my feet
Yes.
of sudden charge.
Where you move, double your movement, and then you strike.
Mm-hmm.
You would be able to make it to the first farmer.
Okay. I'm gonna do that. And I'm just going to get up to her and I'm just gonna go, I'm sorry, but between you and my friends, I choose them. And I do 2 claw attacks. Good job.
Fed.
And let me see where Sabine's clawsies are. Nope. Come on. There we go.
I'm not kidding.
Drive.
My heart is racing at this moment.
Son of a bitch! Okay, that was 1.
Now, let's just say that there's a hero point that you guys have.
What do you think you're a point? Oh, I just accidentally. Oh, no. Click off. Click.
Oh my god,
off.
that's hilarious.
Okay, I'm re-rolling that, guys. Okay.
That's too. Or you can keep it. You can keep the roll. We can go with this.
I'm
This is
re-rolling
so good. Oh, okay.
There we go. That's better. 25. That was a hero
That's
point.
a crit.
Okay.
10 above the AC of 12. You can roll the critical damage.
Big yikes. So sorry.
She looks at your eyes and she begins to plead.
You're so mean.
And she says, I swear I didn't hear anything. I won't say anything. I won't say anything about the craters. I won't say anything that's about that you're looking to kill the emperor.
I'm gonna grab her by the throat as she's doing that and just be like, I could only choose one of you. And do you want one of them? And I'm gonna crush her windpipe.
He just collapses in your hand. He has the death condition.
All right.
And then throw her at the other guy.
I'm just going to let her fall to the wayside and look at the other guy and just stand there with my head cocked to the side, just smiling.
You see just a pale, drained face. It looks like a ghost. Next is Eve. Eve, your turn. Eve, I think you would have a good view of everything. I think you would have seen Sabine.
I would have seen her do that.
Can you see her with your token? Like, can you see her?
I can.
Yeah. So it's, that or Farron. I would say where your attention.
I do think that Eve would be more so. The last standing worm is by where Farron was.
Yeah.
That's her focus right now because there's one more left and that she can see and she wants to kill it. So I'd say it's probably a 50-50 whether like she could have seen Sabine out of the corner of her eye.
I will say Sabine used her sudden charge. She would have been a blur beside you.
Blur?
Yeah.
Fair enough. You can
So
roll
you
a
could
perception.
roll,
Mine
but-
is-
Okay. I will roll just to see. Yeah, that's a 12, so probably not.
Yeah, you know what? Just you're kind of the worm.
Yeah, I'm after the word. So what I'm gonna do is just move forward a little bit towards it. And we're gonna try a new level 3 spell that I have that is called Worm's Repast.
What?
Gnawing worms materialize within the flesh of the target creature, dealing 4d6 piercing damage and 1d6 persistent piercing damage. It's not undead, is it?
No, this is a creature.
So it's got to roll. It's got to roll a DC 19 fortitude save.
Fortitude save.
Yep.
Fun fact about leeches.
Yeah, that does not make it. So it.
You usually have good fortitude. So what do you do? It fails.
It's going to take 4d6 piercing damage immediately, so I'll roll that.
Holy smokes. Okay, you're going to have to describe like how this looks.
That's 15 damage.
15 damage as your magic. What does it look like? What do you look like as you're casting this?
I think she kind of just like has her arms outstretched and kind of just like almost like crumbling, as if she's like crumbling a soda can. Essentially is like the way that she has her hand gripped in air. And these like kind of, I would picture them to be, again, almost like worm-like creatures made of the same shadow ichor type of thing, kind of just like pierce into the flesh of this creature and start to eat it from the inside out.
Oh, yes. Yeah. These black, just formed out of this darkness, just begin to like pierce into it, wriggle in, some disappearing, and the creature begins to move and loosens its grip on Farron.
So in addition to the damage that it takes, it is also off guard, has the off guard condition.
Oh.
So distracted and or otherwise unable to focus full attention. So it's a -2 circumstance penalty to AC.
Yeah. It's been applied. Wow.
Cool. And then, yeah, it's a persistent 1d6. So I think that's just like every turn. So I think right now that's like an additional. I'm not sure if that's an additional 1d6 right now and then every turn, or if it's just a 1d6 every turn.
Okay.
Hereafter.
Yeah. So okay, it takes it off guard.
Let's look up persistent damage.
Piercing. Persistent piercing. Yeah, 1d6. Okay. You take a look at that then. Worm. Well, yeah, your success. The spell ends immediately. Okay, it takes initial damage, but no persistent damage. Now, did you get a crit?
No.
So then
yeah.
it takes the 1 damage. It doesn't take the persistent damage.
No, it still takes the persistent damage. It just only takes 1 persistent damage. If it was a crit, I would have taken 2 persistent damage.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. You know what? It's pretty damn cool that you have this spell, so I'm going to say, okay, without fully knowing what the spell is. I'm going to look at it afterwards, but...
Oh, wait, never mind. You are correct. No persistent damage. Wait, no. It does take persistent damage.
Yeah, it's 1d6 instead of 2d6 persistent damage.
Yeah.
For the folks at home, I put on my glasses. Professor Tone here. Hey.
Oh no, Professor Tone.
We're going to read about this. Okay. Yeah, we'll say that it takes a persistent damage. Boom. But it takes it on its next turn, correct?
Yeah.
Very good. Awesome. Okay, is that all your turns? Is that everything? You moved and then you use the 2-action spell?
Yep.
Okay. Brilliant. Any final words as you end your turn?
She's just kind of breathing heavily.
Yeah. Baron is just kind of there. You can see that she is probably even her already pale skin is already kind of looking even more pale, and it's really hard to see, but just as the flicker of light ever hits, you just know that she is hurting. And she's going to make a fortitude save just to try and get out of this thing.
And I will just call out, just hang on a little bit longer.
This creature is continually taking this damage with these worms burrowing into its skin. Its grip already loosened. She's able just to slip right out. And with that, she just kind of moves. Well, what she's going to do is just going to say, one more body for the rest. Your blood spills today. And she's going to make one final attack with her spike gauntlet. In the air, you just see this black swirl around, and it's almost as if it looks larger than it is, as she smashes it down, all down the inside, spilling out as it just everything, whatever was inside, all the guts of the leech just kind of pour out at her feet as she just stands there, almost bathing, looking up, muttering to herself as if she's saying a prayer. And that's her turn. And that is the end of our combat. Except Sabine, you're hidden from view of everyone else. The farmer that is left runs further into the darkness. Sabine, what do you do?
Is he super far away from me?
He just, he used all his actions to run.
If I use my sudden charge, could I make it to him?
Yo. 15, 20, 25.
Nope, that's the circle thingy. Wrong one.
But there's a ruler. Hey, guys.
I was trying to find the ruler. There we go.
Okay, so your total feet is 25, 25. That's 50. So you're going to end here with, if you do double movement to go there, that's where you'll be. Oh, sorry. I'm gonna ping it right here.
With my sudden charge as well?
Yeah.
If I use movement and my sudden charge?
Oh, yeah, correction. You'll hit him. Yes, you will reach him if you do a movement and then a sudden charge. My mistake.
Okay. I'll do that.
Okay, as you rush off into the darkness.
Wrong one. I don't know why I keep clicking that thingy.
I can move you up there.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. You catch up. You see now where you're at is very dark. And you can see him stumbling. He's like, and then he just stops as he can sense you from behind.
She's going to slow down and just slowly walk as she knows that he's not running anymore. And she's just going to be humming a little song, just humming to him. Just going, you're not going to get very far. Might as well stop running. It'll hurt worse. And her eyes are glowing in the dark. And she can see him perfectly clear.
Jeez.
I didn't want
What
this.
do you do?
She'll just say, I didn't want it to come to this. And I am awfully, dreadfully sorry that it has. But as I told your friend, I will choose my friends over anyone. And unfortunately, and as she's walking closer and closer, is there a wall at all behind him, or is it just open?
He's at a wall. There's like a turn, but because of the darkness and because he's panicked, he can't see. He's now at a major disadvantage here because he'd be using his hands to try and feel his way out.
Okay.
And so he's just up against now a wall, feeling it.
Then she'll just put her hand to the back of his neck and just push until it breaks. And let me go to my actions. E.
It's
Okay.
roll your damage. As you slam his face into the wall, as it grinds against the stone, leaving blood and flesh. As his nose gets ripped off of the pressure as you push it against, he lets out a cry.
And she'll whisper in his ear and just go, sorry.
As he collapses. That no echoes through the chamber. All who are standing near the fire hear the echo of the last breath of the farmer.
Where's Sabine?
And I think this is a great spot to end today's session.
Psycho!
Oh, thank you all for joining us for episode 7, episode 7. And my goodness, please, again, there's we have an Instagram thing. Sarah, maybe last final words before we sign off. Can you jump in one more time?
If you guys weren't here at the beginning of the episode, we have a giveaway on our Instagram. We have partnered with Axolotl Dice. We're giving away 4 chonky dice inspired by each of the player characters. Make sure you head on over to the Mortal Rolls Instagram. It's at Mortal Rolls. And give us a follow. And you'll see the post. It is on our feed. It says giveaway. That's how you'll know it's the giveaway post.
And the link is in the chat for
Link
both
is in the chat.
Axolotl Dice and for
giveaway
Mortal
post.
Rolls giveaway post.
Fantastic. And as always, we hope you live your best selves in your mortal role. We will see you next time.
Bye, guys.